Good morning, my name's Julie from Sewunique, and I will pop all the links down below where you can find me on social media. Well, I'm starting this vlog straight after finishing my other vlog. I thought this week I'd have a bit of a change, and I will just take you through each day, to be honest, just for a change. It is sort of mid-morning. I've been in work for a while now. I came in an hour extra this morning, and because I've got some orders to pack, and I wanted to make sure I got the every post, because they turn up, well, usually they'll pick up about 11 o'clock from the post office, but some weeks it's different. So I like to try and get my packages out first thing in the morning, especially, when I've got orders overnight, which I managed to do today, because things take time to pack. So yeah, so I'm just having a nice cup of tea at the minute while I have 5 minutes just to sort myself out of what I need to do today. I've got a few jobs to do today. I had a delivery arrive, I think it was on Saturday it came, of some felt kits, and I've got a couple of packs of felt, and I've got a couple of books. So I thought I would share this with you while I'm sat here having a drink. So you have to excuse any rustling. So I've got one of these kits in. So if you've been following my October, you will have seen I'll be making that. And then I've got a couple of packs of felt. I've got a little book, Festive Felt Decorations. Now this looks really, really nice. So I've had a quick look through it, and it's very nice. I would quite happily buy one of these myself. And all the patterns are in the back of the book. And then I've got another one, A Year of Felt Decorations. This is nice. I've only got one of each because I don't know how they're going to sell. So I'll only invest in one of each. Then I've got a few kits now. So the first one is Scandinavian Angels. So that looks really, really nice. I like that one. And the next one is bunnies. So bunnies are, I think, all year round. But if you are crafting early for Easter, there's no time like the present to buy a bunny kit. I've already sold Easter cross-stitch kits, which is amazing really, for November. And the next one is a mouse family, which I think that's really nice. I like that one. Then I've got some small kits. So I've got this little mouse, little Miss Mouse. That's one that I've got here. And then the next one is an embroidered robin. And I've got a kit for myself to actually make this one up. So I will be doing that at some point. As you know, I've got quite a few new things that I want to work on. So I'll try and fit this one in as and when I can. Right, so that's probably all I've got to share with you now. What I'm doing is I'm sort of rearranging the shop a little bit, because I'm obviously selling off some of the bits in the shop that I don't want. And I'm trying to rearrange, like storing all these kits, because I've got two shelves over there, which these are stacked, but if somebody touches one to buy, they all fall down. So I thought I need a better system. So what I've bought is I've got two clear plastic trays, which will hold all these kits. Kits like this will just have to stand on the shelf, but then the slimmer kits like this, I have got a plate rack which I'm going to put together now. Sorry about that, now I've forgotten what I was saying. Yes, well, I've got two trays there for these little kits, and you can see they will stand in there, so people will just flick through them then. So this is my little pack of 2 plate racks. So I'm going to put these together now and get them on the shelf and try and organise the felt kits. So I'll catch you on in a little bit. And I've managed to put my 2 plate racks together, and I've got 2 acrylic boxes down there, which I think I'm going to get a few more of them. And everything is stacked on the shelf nice and tidy, and I've got a little bit of space down there, and I've got some of our other felt kits on the shelf. So that's taken me a while, because these 2 racks that I've put up, oh goodness me, the dowels weren't going properly. They're like too big for the holes, so it took a little bit of hammering to get them in, but it's done. They're on the shelf and I'm pleased. So now on to the next job. And I hope you can see okay what I'm doing. I just thought I'd share with you the next stage of doing this felt kit. Now I've basically cut this off the front of the box. I'm using a bag, and I just keep this in here instead of bringing the box to work, because it gets a bit squished and then I run the risk of losing some bits. So last night what I did is I took all the pieces off the picture, and I hadn't got any bags or any plastic bags at home, so I'd got a notebook, so I've just made some little pockets. So in there it's all the baby mouse, and then we've got the lady mouse in there, and then I've got the boy mouse in that one, and in the last one I've got the ladder pieces and the stockings. So this is just a quick cheap way of keeping all my pattern pieces together so I don't lose anything. Right, so what I'm going to start with, as you can see from last week, I had these pinned on, so they're in place. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some glue on, and I use the 505 temporary adhesive glue stick. So it is blue, and you can put this on most fabrics. Now I've used it on this felt before, and it's fine, it doesn't come through or anything, but I don't actually cover the pieces completely. I just want to sort of hold it down, so I tend to do it in just the spots, and it does dry clear. So I'm not unpinning anything. I'm just going to add some glue, just some glue on, just to keep it in place. So that's the mat done. I'm just going to take one pin out, and I'm going to do the tray. And I'm just going to move my pin down. There we go. So I've got my glue on there. So I'll just turn it over now and just sort of put a bit of weight on it just until it sets, and then I can start stitching then. I mean, you don't have to use this kind of glue, it's just something that I do, and I find it a lot easier. And I do have this on the website. Sorry about that. Oh, it's a silly tripod. It's a brilliant tripod until you want it at an angle, and then it will just stay at an angle for so long and it flops. Right, so I've just popped them down. So that's it, it's all stuck in place now. So the first job I'm going to do is do the outer stitches on the mat and the tree, and then I will come back in and decorate, if that's the next job. I need to read the instructions first, so let's have a quick look at these, see what we do. So as you can see, I haven't cut out the mistletoe or the acorn yet, so I've just got some washi tape and stuck the pattern piece on there so I don't lose it. Right, so the first job is obviously to put the rug on and do the stitching on the rug and then the outside of the tree. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch both on to the background to start with, then I will come back in and stitch on the rug. So I'll catch you all a little bit later on. And I've just finished stitching on the tree and the rug, and I've done the centre oval in a running stitch, and the outer rug is blanket stitch. The tree is just like a whip stitch. So that's all for me today. Tomorrow's job is to put the daisies or the little flowers around the outer edge of the rug. So I'm going to get tidied up in the shop now, and I'm going to get myself off home. So I'll see you all a bit later. Hello and welcome to Wednesday. This is actually the end of my work day. I've not had time to pick the camera up today. I've been quite busy today. I've been packing orders, I've been to the post office, and it's been busy with customers today. Had a few new customers in today, so we've been having a good old chat with some of them, which has been really nice. So I just thought I'd sit down, have a cup of tea. I really must get myself a Christmas book. Next time I go to Tesco's, I think I'm going to have to buy myself one. Can't keep using Halloween now. Oh, I thought I'd just pop on before I go home. I have managed to get a little bit of work done on my felt kit, so that's what I'm doing. And I've just managed to get the tree on and the daisies on the rug. So the next job for tomorrow is to stitch on the little mouse at the side. So it's going to be that one. That's the next job, with his little stripy jumper on. So hopefully I'll get that done tomorrow before I leave. But I really enjoyed doing this. I'm going to pop that back in its little bag. Last night I managed to get a little bit of crochet done, which was good. So I've got 3 squares done, and I've managed to edge everything. So that's the first one. Well, the colours are showing up quite well here. And this is the second one. So we've got, this is the blue. Oh, that's better. And then we've got the green centre there. And then this is the third one. Oops, the light's flaring a little bit. So yes, I've managed to do some of these in an evening because sort of 8 o'clock, oh, 7, half 7 time I've usually finished with tea and crafting and things like that, and it's time to sit down and do a little bit of crochet. So I've managed to get 3 squares done last night, which I was quite surprised at. Tonight though, as it's November the 5th, it's bonfire night, we're not actually going to a bonfire display or anything, or having anything in the garden. We need to look after the cats really, because no, you're okay. Sorry about that. It was just a lady across the way just wanted to talk something through with me about a pair of trousers, and yeah, she's sorted. Right, now I've forgotten where I was. Bonfire night, yes. So Adele decided yesterday that we should have like a party, a food party basically. So because I think Adele and Jake are popping off out to go to some firework displays that are local. So yeah. So I'm not sure what we're having tonight, but I know she went shopping last night with Kevin, and they've bought some potatoes and onions because it's sort of the end of my shopping week, so I'm out of these things. So I think we could be having baked potatoes tonight, and I think she's making like a beanie stew because she's vegetarian. So we're having a beanie stew. I'm not sure what Jake's having. He might have the same, but I'm sure I've got some sausages in the freezer if he wants that. So if I can, I don't know, either take a picture of what we're having or add a little bit of a filming. I don't, no, that's not right. I'm not adding a bit of a filming, am I? If I can get a video or just some pictures, I will pop them in. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy my cup of tea, and then I'm going to get off home. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Actually, before I go, I'll share with you some fabrics that I have been putting together for my bed runner. I'm still undecided on what to do. I really need to drink my tea because it's getting cold. Right, well, if you remember, sort of this is what I'm working with. So that's the pillowcase. And the colours I've got grey with trees and that. I've got these two. I've got these two, and I've got this red, mottled red. Now I found some more fabric out because I did say, I think yesterday, I wanted like a grey to do a plique on. Well, I've got this grey. It's got a nice pale grey background, and this is a Lynette Anderson fabric. So I'm glad I found that out. That's out from the shop. And I did think about doing a plique on this. Now I know I said yesterday I was going to do all 6.5 inch squares and pick out so many to do a plique on, but I'm just thinking today that I might do it very similar to the other quilt that I did for autumn and have just 3 panels on. So I'm just doing 3 appliques, which I'm trying to decide what designs to have. I've just been trying to sort of think, well, pick out something that's in the pillowcase, which I've got a stag and a Christmas tree. So I might, at this moment, I've decided on having a stag in the centre and then a Christmas tree on either side, and that's going to be the square that I'm going to do the applique on. So I might, if I have time tomorrow, I might start cutting because I've got to do, was it 48 squares I've got to do, and then 3 12.5 inch squares. So I think I'm going to do that because I've been thinking about it for the last hour really, while I've been doing other jobs, and I think that's what I've decided to do because I don't want this to be too busy against this. But if it is, I'm not going to worry about it. It'll go with this the side of the bed in. So you have to let me know down below what you think, and what would you do? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think it'll all work? Because I think it'll work. I think it'll be fine. Right, I'm going to get tidied up now, finish my tea, and I'm going to get myself off home, see what Adele's deciding to cook, and see the state of my kitchen, because whenever she's cooking, the kitchen's like a bomb's hit it. Good morning. It's Thursday today, and as you can see, I'm at the shop. I've been in a short while, and I'm on my first cup of tea of my shop day. I've got a few things to do today. I've just been sorting out some fabrics. So I've got a little pile of fabrics here. I've got some Snoopy crisps. This is the trouble filming from work. You get interrupted. Not always by customers. That was the landlord that came in to see us. Anyhow, I've just been having a sort through one of my boxes. Now I know on the website I have had this fabric. It's a sale fabric, and I've got 2 pieces of mousse fabric, but it's been sat there for quite a while, no interest. Now I know I sell the Snoopy fabric in the shop, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time today cutting these up into fat quarters, and they are going to go in the Christmas box to fill it up for people to buy, because fat quarters in the shop are £1 at the minute, all the sale stuff. So at least I know it'll go. So yes, I've been doing that. I've got my notebook here. I've got a list of jobs to do today. all that, I've got to, because I update the website a little bit. Most of it is computer work today. Yeah, I've got to update the fabrics on the website, which is this, and the Snoopy fabric is this. Then I need to check on some of the panels to make sure I haven't sold them, and I need to re-photograph the advent panels because I've used a stock photograph off the website where I buy from, and when I've looked on the website, most of them are all blurry, so that is no good. So that's a job for today, so that's going to take me a while because I'm going to need somebody to hold the panels up so I can take a picture. Oh dear. So yeah, updating fabrics, cutting fabrics, so I've got all that to do, and then I'm going to do a little bit of hand stitching on my felt kit. So when I get to that stage, I will come back and share a bit more of the felt kit. So I hope everybody has a lovely day, and I will see you all again in a little bit. And it's a little bit later on in the day now, and I've just about managed to finish all my little jobs. I've got some new fat quarters that I need to put on the website, but I also need to get them photographed and get them priced up. I've only priced up one set of fat quarters, so I need to find my invoice at home and do that tomorrow. So that's a job for tomorrow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get on with my felt kit before I go home. So we're on with that, and I'm about to do the little mouse on the side. So I will change the angle of the camera so you can see what I'm doing. Right, I hope you can see this okay, but I've got my little felt pieces for the boy in my little envelope. So what I'm going to do first is just, oops, I don't need the jumper at the minute. I just need his body, his tail. Right, I just need to have a look at the picture just to see where I'm placing everything, but you can see where he is there. Right, so he's going to sit about there, I think. So I'm going to place the legs where I think they're going to go. And the tail. I'm going to then pop a little bit of glue on, just on the body and the legs, just to hold them in place. And then I'm going to get stitching. So I think I've got him in the right place there. Might just take him up slightly. Yeah, that's about right. So you start a stitching, and basically you just pop your little legs and the tail underneath as you're stitching, and then stitch them in. Really, that's all there is to it. So I will be back in a little bit to show you the progress. And I've just managed to get the mouse stitched on with the legs and the tails. Now I've just stuck the ear on because that's going to be my next little job to do, but it's now the end of my work day, so I think I might take this home and see if I can get the ear, at least the ear, attached on. So all being well, I will catch you all a little bit later on, and then you can see the progress that I've made. And I've been home a short while. Cameron and myself went out for lunch today. It was really nice. Well, And when I say lunch, it was late afternoon. So yeah, really nice. And then we went for a wander around the charity shops. I got a couple of bits. I got a book and I got a really nice Christmas plate, but I haven't got it out here with me. I've left it inside, so I will have to share that with you tomorrow. But I've managed to have enough time to finish off my sewing. So that's what I was doing, the mouse there, and he's all finished. He's got his stripes on his jumper, he's got his whiskers, everything. So tomorrow's job will be stitching the little mouse in front of the tree with the yellow jumper on. So hopefully I'll have time to get it done. If I haven't got time during the day while I'm at work, I will just bring it home and finish it off, I think. So I'm trying to just keep on track and get each little mouse finished or whatever I'm doing each day. So that is one thing. I've got no more crochet at the minute to share with you. I did last night decide, when I was taking my squares from downstairs upstairs, I've got them in a bag, I thought I'd count them out to see how many I've got. And I can't remember if I'm doing 10 across or 12 across now. But if I'm doing 10 across, I've got six rows altogether, which that's not bad going, because I wanted, what did I want? Yeah, I can't remember. Until I start putting them together, I'm not going to be 100% certain whether I want 10 across or 12 across. So I think at some point this month I'm going to start and crochet the strips together. Strips? No, not the strips. The squares together, and just see how it sort of fits on the bed, and then I'll have a better idea if I'm doing 10 or 12 across. But yes, 6 rows, that's not bad going, I don't think, really. So I think this will probably be finished a bit sooner than I think, which is, I'm not complaining about that. Even though well, I think I'll miss winter for it, but it doesn't matter, because like I say, it's ready for next year, and that's the main thing. And something else I've been doing, the pumpkin cross stitch kit. Well, last night I thought, right, I really want to sit down and do a bit. I thought I'd finish off some of the border. So I got that far along, and I've put the, that little motive in there. I did start it and then had to unpick it because it was too high up, so I had to drop it down a little bit, which is fine, but that looks okay. And last night I was on a roll, I was like doing this, and then I put all the little bits in between the triangles, and that was going quite well. And you'll notice there's no border there, because when I got to here, I realised there was a mistake from obviously before, because you're supposed to have a space, a cross stitch, then a space, and I hadn't got that. I'd got a space and that was it. So I'm missing a cross stitch and a space. So I had to unpick it, and I thought, right, I'm going to do this while I'm thinking about it, so it's all fresh, so I can continue. So I've unpicked it all the way along there. So now I can carry on. I'm just wondering how many more mistakes I'm going to find. Oh, dear me. But it's coming along lovely, and I'm really pleased with how it's looking, and I'm looking forward to getting this finished. So what I've decided to do is continue doing a bit more on this week, and then when I get to probably Sunday evening, that'll be the last time I will work on this. Then it's going to go away for a bit. Now I've got a basket down the side of the settee where I sit, which that's where I keep, or where I have been keeping, like whips in that I want to do sort of over the year. So I thought if I've got time, maybe at the weekend, I know I've got a couple of other cross stitches that I want to finish. So I'm going to put them in that basket ready for January. So I'm going to see if I can get those 3 whips. I think I've only got 3. I'm not sure, but I think I've got 3 whips I would definitely want to get finished. And they're cross stitches. So I'm aiming to do that. So I'm going to, like I say, give this till Sunday. And then I'm going to start something new. I'm going to start on the ball because there's quite a lot of work in that. I know it's not very big, but there's quite a lot of work, so I'd like to at least try and see if I can get that ready before we get to Christmas Day. But we'll see. Right, well, I think that's about all I've got to share with you today. Tomorrow's Friday, so I've been planning my bed runner. I've had a change of heart of what I want to do, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. And I found some different fabrics out at work as well, oddments, so I can use them up. So I'm quite excited about that. So I'm going to start cutting tomorrow, so I can start sewing at the weekend, I hope. So I will take you along on that little journey this week. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now. Good morning. Well, it's Friday. It is still just morning. It's just coming up to midday. This is the first chance I've had to sit down and actually get the camera out, which I am not complaining. I've been quite busy in the shop today, which has been lovely. And I thought I'm going to sit down and have a cup of tea, because I made a cup of tea earlier on and had to chuck it away because it was cold by the time I got to it. So I'm just going to enjoy this. And then I'm going to get back on with my sewing of my felt kit, that little mouse that's on the tree today. So I'm going to try and get that done next, in between customers. So I've got my little bag here. I nearly forgot it this morning, but good if I didn't. Then after I've done that, it's really sort of a bit more admin-y work. I mean, yesterday I was on the computer yesterday evening. By the time I'd got back from my mother-in-law's house, because we'd gone up there to sort out some more bits really, and go through the Christmas decorations, and because a lot of them were just going to go to the charity shop, and I said, well, I'd like a few, because she'd got some of the glass ones. Obviously they're quite old, so they need cleaning up, and then I'll just take out what I want, and then the others will go to the charity shop. So I've got that to do this weekend. I haven't got time at the minute, so that's another job to do. What else am I doing? I've got some photographs to take of some new fabrics, which I got 4 bolts in, I think, yesterday, which I haven't even unpacked yet. So I need to do that today. I've got some fat quarters which I need to photograph and get them online, hopefully this evening. What else I've got to do? I actually want to make a start on cutting out my quilt, so I think by the time I finish today I will probably stop a bit later just to get a little bit of cutting out done, and then hopefully I can just continue with that tomorrow while I'm here. So I hope everybody has a lovely day, and I will be back on as soon as I can. It might not be until I get home though. So have a good day, everyone. And I just thought I'd pop back on quickly and show you what I've done. So there is my little mouse all stitched on. So that didn't take me too long. It took me about an hour to do and stitch the jumper and everything, so that's not too bad. So tomorrow's job is the ladders. So that should be an easy job. So I'll catch you a little bit later on. Well, it's the end of my work day. It's been, well, it was a while ago. I've stayed behind really to do a little bit of work. I'm just having a cup of tea. Adele's come down to her studio because her studio is upstairs, and she's got a little job to do for somebody. So we are going for lunch in about 10 minutes, and it's quite late on for lunch, but neither of us have had lunch. So we're going to do that. We're going to Wetherspoons, so I'm not doing bad. Twice in 1 week. Well, I've been photographing fabrics, new fabrics that have just come in, so I thought I might share them with you now. So the first fat quarter bundle I've got, it's called Woodland Wanderers, and it's by Sarah Payne. And these look really nice. I mean, I'm not going to open them up because I've got to repack them. So we've got owls with the moon and like sat at the top of a tree, I think that one is, but it looks really nice. It's a nice shade of blue as well. And then we've got green foliage with lovely little butterflies, which that's nice. You only get 4 in this set of fat quarters because normally they're 5. Oh, let me put that light down out of the way, that's better. And this one, it's like a creamy linen look background, and you've got bees on it, flowers, greenery. They look like pansies, and they look like, I don't know, they're pheasants or grouse or something, but oh, they're nice, lovely and colourful. And then the last one is a purple background with pansies and butterflies, so that's quite cute. Really like them. They would make some lovely book sleeves or little baskets. So I'll have to see how things go. See if I've got time to make some more. See, I'm sat in the window so everybody waves to me when they go past. And some of them know what I'm doing because they watch me on YouTube. So the next one is from the Craft Cotton Company. Oops. And this one is called Bramble and Bumble. So we've got a nice stripy one with bumblebees on. That's very nice. I think I like this set as well. And they've got little foxes, and this is a very, very pale green. It's not really showing up green, it looks a bit grey, but it is a pale green. And this one is a cream, and we've got these gorgeous little hedgehogs on, bit of foliage and some nice flowers. And then this one is green with sheep, so that's really nice as well. And then we've got another sort of creamy background. It's like got a stripe in it, and we've got foliage and bees on there. I don't know if the background's showing up very well, but that's really nice. So that's the second one. Put that there. Then the third one is the Craft Cotton Company again, and this one is called Deco Blooms. So this is, I think, very much Art Deco. We've got these gorgeous flowers on, like I don't know, it's like I'd call it a gingerbread colour background. It's really nice. So it seems to be all pinks and blues and this sort of gingerbready colour. It probably isn't called gingerbread, but you know what I mean. And we've got that one. Not sure if this is upside down, which way around this goes, but that's very nice. And that one. And then the last one, it's a bluey green background, more on the blue side, but that's lovely. I really like that. And the next bit of fabric, I've got 2 colours here, and I've got 2 whites. They're tonals, simply tonals they're called. So they're both got a white, they're both white. One's got white dots on and the other's got white fern on. They look really nice, but I don't think they will show up on camera. I know I've taken a couple of photographs and they are just showing up, so they will all this will be online when this blog goes up, so on Tuesday. So now I've got 2 bolts. So this is a Susan Wheeler fabric, and this is called Moonlight. No, wait a minute. Winter Moonlight, Moon and Stars. I mean, how pretty is that? It's gorgeous. The colour is, it's a greeny blue. Now on camera this is showing up quite dark. It is not that dark. It's got more of a green tint to it, and I cannot get it to show up properly on camera, but it is really, really nice. And the next one, Winter hedgehogs. Sorry for that. The bolt of fabric fell. Winter hedgehogs. I mean, they are gorgeous. So this is on a blue background. It's looking a little bit more bluey on camera than it is, but it is gorgeous. And I think these would make beautiful baskets and book sleeves for me especially. It's winter fabric. I mean, this one's got like sprigs of greenery on there with like little red berries. So yeah, so that's really what I've been doing today. So I'm just going to finish off my cup of tea now, and yeah, I've got another 5 minutes before Adele will be down and we'll be off for lunch. So I probably won't pop back on today, because I've got a bit of work to do when I get home, computer work, and I might have to go and help Kevin in the loft because we're sort of clearing our loft out a little bit, and he might need a bit of a help. I've got to keep him on track. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Good morning, and it's Saturday today and it's nearly lunchtime, and this is the first chance I've had to pick the camera up. Well, I'm just going to do some work on my felt kit. So it's the ladder today, so I'm going to try and get that done. But I just thought I would pop on and share with you the fabric that I'm actually using to make my bed runner. I've decided what I'm doing. I'm doing the basic layout that I did on the autumn quilt, but instead of a applique I'm doing the Dresden plate, and I've picked my colours now. Finished cutting just now, so I've got a strip of 12 colours for the top row and the bottom row, and then the spare colours will go in to do the borders. So I'll just show you what I've chosen. So we've got the white with the stags on, and they've got a little bit of sparkle on there. I'll just put that light down for a minute, but you can see the sparkle on there. It's really nice. And then I've got some Lynette Anderson, some fabrics, so I'm using these. So this is a Lynette Anderson as well, and that's a Lynette Anderson, and so is this one. They're all really nice colours, and they are going to go with the bedding perfectly. So it's all sort of reds, creams, greys, a little bit of beige in there because there is a little bit of that in the bedding. We've got another stag, and there is a red nose somewhere. Yes, there's one on there. And this is another Lynette Anderson. So this is the darker red, so this will go, I think, quite well with the bedding and the throw, because the throw is a darker colour. And then I've got a spot of light red. And we've got grey with the trees on. And the last one is another Lynette Anderson. So, like I said, I'm doing my felt kit now, and once I've sort of done my ladder, depending on how busy I am today, I am going to start and stitch the top and bottom row together. So I'm looking forward to that. So I will be back later and just share on the progress that I've made. Hope everybody has a lovely Saturday. Well, I've enjoyed my little bit of hand sewing. I've just finished putting the ladder on there. So it was very, very fiddly to do. Narrow pieces, and you've got to slip the runs underneath the outer pieces, which was a little bit challenging, but I've done it. So tomorrow's job, I will probably put the mouse on the ladders. So that's all I'm doing today. I've only got about an hour left of work time. I think I'm going to do a little bit of computer work now, so I might see you a bit later on. If I don't, I will see you all tomorrow. it's Sunday afternoon. I'm afraid this is the first chance I've had to pick the camera up today, as it's Sunday, and while everybody's been out today, apart from me, I decided that I need to do a bit of housework, so I thought I'd better get on with that, you know, usual stuff, washing, tidying up the kitchen as usual. Litter trays needed doing today, so I managed to get all that done, and oh gosh, it was late afternoon then I think, and then I decided to get some tea ready. Now I've been watching TikTok a lot lately, and there's a few people on there that share recipes, which has been really nice, and I found some lovely vegetarian recipes, so I sort of loosely followed it with what I'd got, and it turned out really nice. You'll have seen a couple of pictures at the beginning, and it's basically just like a vegetable stew, but I used my chopping tool to chop up all the vegetables so they were all roughly about the same size, and I just did it on the hob this time, and turned out really nice, especially adding the feta cheese in. I'd never really thought of putting feta cheese in something like this, but it turned out nice, and it went down really well. Everybody enjoyed it, and basically it's enough for four really. If you know, we don't have large portions, but it was definitely enough for four, and there was a small bit left over which somebody can have today, so I'll definitely be doing some more of these. I'm following one or two of these TikTok ladies, and yeah, I'm really enjoying watching the recipes. And there's another one that I watched as well yesterday for a nut loaf, and when I went to have a look at the recipe, it is basically the same sort of recipe that I use, but oh dear, excuse me, it's got feta cheese in. I thought feta cheese is going to be on my list a little bit more often now, because it was really nice. So I think I'm going to experiment sometime this month to see how this nut loaf turns out. So I did manage to get some crafting done. I didn't think I was going to have the time today, but I did manage it, and I actually got a bit more done than I thought. So I have been working on the felt kit, and I've got the little mouse. She's all stitched on the tree, and I've got the star on, and I've got 1, 2, 3 stockings on, so I'm really pleased with that. I didn't think I'd get that much done today, but I have managed to. So I think I will be working on decorating the stockings up first. I think I'm going to get them done. Then the next job is to put the garland on the tree, and then do the acorns. The acorns are going to be a bit fiddly. I'll just show you this. That is the size of the acorn. So that is going to be fiddly, because there's quite a few acorns on here. How many have we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 8. And obviously the acorn's the yellow part, and then the brown sort of cap part, that's stitching. So that should be fun. But I'm looking forward to doing it. And then it's just the stars in the sky and the little bit of mistletoe up there. So that should keep me going for a bit, shouldn't it? So apart from that, I haven't done anything else, and to be honest, times are getting on. I'm tired now, had a full day really, so I'm basically just going to go and watch a bit of telly for a while and then go to bed. But what I have done, I mean, I must admit, I did make a start. Well, not make a start. I was going to continue with my pumpkin cross stitch a little bit, but I started doing the bit across the top there. I got up to about there, and I thought, I've gone wrong. I hadn't counted 7 of these a lot. So I just unpicked that little bit and restitched it. So I've only really done that bit, but now I'm leaving this. So this is going in my basket at the side of the settee where I sit, and I'm going to sort of continue in January. So I'm going to have a whip basket. So that's one of the whips for January. And then the second one I've got is this sewing machine one. So I've got that one, which I'd like to finish this one off. I've got 2 sewing machines to do. What else? I think there's another one row under the fabrics there. So I'd like to get that finished off next year, because I'd like to get them framed and put up on the wall. And then if I find anything else out, I will share that with you. And then, well, come January, when I'm back to vlogging after Christmas, I can share with you what I'm doing, what I'm working on. But for next week, I am going to obviously continue with this. I'm going to start this. I think this would be quite easy to do, and I'm going to make a start on this as well. So this is all going to keep me busy next week, and I'm also making samples for the shop next week. I've got some advent calendars in, and I've got some stockings in, and I really need to make some samples up because I haven't done that yet. So I think I'm going to be pretty busy, and apart from that, doing the bed runner as well. Yes, so I think that's probably all I've got to share with you tonight. So thank you for joining me this week. I hope you've enjoyed coming along for the week with me. I haven't done anything like this for quite a while. I just thought it would make a change, and to be honest, I think I've got more done this week actually by doing this. So let me know down in the comments if you like this style of video or you prefer the other one. But I will do this again and just mix them up a little bit. So I hope everybody's had a lovely week, and I will see you all again next week. So take care everyone, and bye for now.